Okay, it's me. I'm back. The party pooper. The party pooper's back. I'm here to poop on Bob Smith's party this time. Bob King F.A. freaking asshole Smith. Okay. Um, when I brought him into my organization, I was under the misconception that he was a good advocate. Boy, was I ever wrong. Turns out, he's just all about trying to get titles. It's all about his reputation. It's all about him putting out fake BS to make himself look good. And let me give you an example. He's the self-proclaimed national president of UBACA, Urban Bulldogs Against Kid Abuse. Well, I'm here to tell you that he's stealing valor. No, not military valor. He doesn't, to my knowledge, claim to ever have been in the military. But he's stealing advocacy valor. He's stealing valor pretending to help people when actually he doesn't. He sits at his house on a computer and pretends to do things. He's a keyboard warrior. He has no bike. He has no trike. I would say he has no bicycle, but I actually did see a bicycle with a motor on it that he has. However, he can't ride it because he don't have a driver's license. In the state of Pennsylvania, you need a driver's license to drive a bicycle with a motor on it. So he can't even do that. He claims to extract all of these abused children and all of these human trafficking survivors, yet he can't even make it to his own events that he plans because he don't have a ride. You can't get me a ride up the hill? Oh, well, I guess I have to cancel then. Anyway, he verbally and mentally abuses women. He sponges off women, letting them pay for him and his dog. Um, then when they dump him, he actually slanders them to try to make them look bad so he could be the victim so the next person will help him. And, that kind of makes me sick, actually. When you're going to live off of women so that you look like a man, what are you really? I actually posted pictures of his crappy apartment that he was living in, right when his landlord died, actually. He was supposed to be taking care of the landlord, but he was actually stealing her pills. And, that's what I was told. That I cannot prove, so that's secondhand information. Most of what I am saying here, I can prove, and it will be in the comments section. I have tons of screenshots of him throwing out motorcycle club names, which they're not going to appreciate when they find this out because they themselves aren't on Facebook for a reason. They don't do bike politics on Facebook because they try to fly under the radar. So these clubs are going to be really seriously pissed off when they realize that Bob's throwing their club name out there publicly, acting like that's his enforcers and his hitmen and all this shit. Now, he also throws people's names out in these clubs, but it's names that would probably belong in any motorcycle club like Hoss and Handlebar and shit like this. But he throws a club name out there and then throws a person's name out there as if they're his little bitch that's going to go around attacking people just because he's butthurt. It doesn't work that way, Bob. No matter how much you try to convince people that that's the case, that will never be the case. Okay, so here's what the deal is with Bob Smith. He uses his titles to threaten people with violence. And then he'll throw club names at them, and he will taunt them, and he will do fake check-ins to their town, to the airport, to the car rental place. And he even used my organization name to tell somebody, come down to my United Bikers office down by the airport. This is in Georgia. He was verbally threatening somebody down in Georgia, and he was telling them that him and all his buddies are down at his United Bikers office down in Georgia by the airport. Come on down and get your ass kicking. I take that very, very personal that you're using a charitable nonprofit organization to threaten people with violence, Bob Smith of fake UBACA. Oh, by the way, folks, UBACA does not even exist in the United States anymore because all of the leaders in the United States Well, the main leader, the one that founded the United States and got the 501c3 and the nonprofit articles of incorporation, surrendered that stuff and stepped down, as well as all the other leaders of United States UBACA stepped down because of some of the people that was in the organization was doing criminal activities, and they didn't want it coming back on them. They didn't want to go do Fed time for other people's illegal activities. So there is no more United States UBACA, but Bob Smith just happened to have a vest with some patches on it. So he picks up the ball and claims himself to be the national president of United States UBACA. How does it feel to be president of something that only exists in your mind, Bob Smith? And how you could actually feel proud about that? Really? Let's see how that works out for you, okay, buddy? In the comments below, I'm going to have tons of things in there about Bob Smith that are factual, screenshots, threats of violence, all this name dropping. I actually went to Chicago, and it actually ended up being a wild goose chase from Paige Daniels, which is the name I gave her because she was supposed to be a human trafficking survivor, which is all fake. That was a setup against me, perpetrated by her and Cindy Allen. And, of course, Matt and Rosemary, they were all involved in that because all these people are hiding out in Maffa, okay? Imagine that. 95% of everybody that's come after me in the last 2 years is hiding out in Maffa. Rosemary's hiding them, saying, oh, I got to keep my friends close and my enemies closer. Well, guess that turned out to be another lie, Rosie. I guess it turned out that I was able to prove that you've been working behind my back against me, pretending to be my friend. What kind of advocate does that make you? The person that helped you with your own case on my own free will, with my own money, and I was in it to win it with you and for you. And turns out they was probably right. You probably shouldn't have those kids. You never won your case. You got the tribe to come and say that you was a Native American, yet I'm not aware of any blood test. The federal marshal that came to handle your case that day, turns out he was a fraud, and he's not even a federal marshal. So how CPS didn't step back in and say, oh, nice try, but we don't think so, I don't know. I mean, the kid's over 18 now, maybe that's why. But either way, you defrauded CPS. You defraud the American public every day when you claim to be an advocate because you testified under oath on the stand. Oh, I'm just a minister. I just pray for people and point them in the right direction. Yet you'll have everybody else out there believing that you feed homeless and you get all these events and you do all this wonderful charitable outreach work. How do you do that from sitting at your house stirring up shit on Facebook, Rosemary? I don't get that. Please explain, because I'd love to hear the answer to that one. I am aware that you go to Law Day and screw that up every year. That's the only thing that I'm aware of that you do is that, and brag about everything that you supposedly do. Sounds like you and Bob Smith have a lot in common. We'll get back to you later, Rosemary. This is about you, Bob. Yes, you, Bob. Keep putting on them events, because I was going to go to the last two of them that you canceled on. The Pizzagate party that you was going to have, yeah, I was going to be there with my picket signs. And your bike day, yeah, I was going to go there with my cut too. The one that you say that's targeted and marked by all these MC clubs. Yeah, I don't think so, Bob. My cut was approved by my local MC club, by the national president, the national enforcer, and another national, I don't remember what his title was. And that's real. And you know what? I don't name drop. So if you want to do some research, you can check into it, because it ain't going to be too hard to find out what my local MC is, the one percenters around here. Oh, and by the way, it might help if you get the right state. When you was threatening me, I'm in your town with all these fake check-ins. I don't live in Peoria, Illinois, Bob. I was there trying to extract a human trafficking victim. That's why I checked in there. That was a real check-in, Bob, not like your fake one at the airport and your fake one at the car rental place. Guess what? You need an ID to get on a plane, and you need a car and a credit card to rent a car. So that was a crock of crap to begin with. the fake people that you had defending me in Chicago when I was going into what was supposed to be a hot zone, that actually turned out to be fake. But when I called you asking for some backup, I thought it was very real. You told me there's a blue van there watching you. There was no blue van all night. If I'm in a hot zone that's supposed to be gunfire going around and I got somebody supposed to be protecting me, don't you think I'd be looking for them, Bob? There wasn't a blue van of any size, any shape, any shade of blue. That was a crock of shit. That was a lie. You gave me a false sense of security. Thanks, buddy. Had that been real gunfire, I would not be breathing right now because of your fake advocacy. When you pretend to protect children and human trafficking survivors, and then you don't, you sit at your house behind a computer, you are going to get somebody hurt or killed. You need to be stopped immediately. And I plan on being one of the ones that helped do it. I hope you enjoy this karma, asshole. By the way, folks, he doesn't take care of his dog. He pawns that off on other people, and he leaves his stuff and his dog at other people's house so he can maintain manipulative control over women, because he gets them to believe he's this great, wonderful person that helps children so that he can mentally and verbally abuse them while they're paying for him and his dog. He doesn't even bathe his own dog. He has women do that for him too. He don't even take his own dog to the vet, yet he claims all this love for this dog. He abandoned this dog at 2 different people's houses that I'm aware of. I hope this dog finds a good home. It needs one. I hear it's a good dog. Anyway, I'm not done with you, Bob. I have yet to begun. You put me in some serious threats, and you threw my name out there saying that I was abusing my 501c3, having lavish parties and paying my bills on donators' funds. You said I was under investigation from the FBI. You told people that you personally gave information to a federal judge and threw out a female's name. I don't know if she's a judge or not. But then when another female asked you to for some evidence in a group, you said, "Oh, I don't need no evidence. The government told me that's all the evidence I needed." So let me ask you this, Bob. Are you the snitch that gives fake information to a fake federal judge? Are you the snitch that the federal government feels that they need to come to every time somebody abuses a 501c3? Yeah, that's right, folks. He was trying to go after my 501c3 like it's a flag in flag football. I'm the 3rd organization that I'm aware of that as soon as he got butthurt, he tried to start attacking their 501c3 because he wants to be the only thing out there that matters. You don't matter, Bob. You're fake. You don't have a car. You don't have a truck. You don't have a driver's license. You don't have a bike. You do have a bicycle with a motor on it. That's pretty sad to call yourself the president of a fucking motorcycle club when all you have is a bicycle with a motor on it that goes, "Oh, it does 45 miles an hour though, Bob, right?" Yeah, I got those screenshots too. They'll be in the comments section. Anyway, have a good day, folks. Don't trust Bob Smith of Ubaka. He lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Well, outside of Pittsburgh now because he got kicked out of Pittsburgh. So he's staying at his brother's house, who doesn't even like him. So I'm sure that won't be for very long before he wears out his welcome there, too. Then he'll be homeless on the street again. Oh, when I posted those pictures of his crappy apartment, he posted pictures of his, not the most recent girlfriend, but the one before that, of her house, and says, "No, this is my house. I live in a 2,500 square foot house." Where's your house now, Bob? You don't even have a bed. You was sleeping on people's couches, you slug, you creep, you slime bag, you good for nothing SOB. How do you like me now? Party poopers got more parties to go poop on. I'll see you later, folks. Have a good day.